Hello guys, welcome to NeoTalk. It is a place where we do real conversation with industry leaders about their challenges, learn from their experience. In today's episode, we are going to welcome Okko Huisman, CEO and founder of CloudSuite. Welcome, Okko.
Hi, Atul. Nice to be here.
Thank you.
Normally I'm on the other side of the table, so I feel...
But I think you can play a role on the both sides. So I'm convinced that you will help us and guide many others with a right conversation.
I'll do my best.
Cool. Basically, in today's podcast, we are going to explore about challenges of B2B commerce, but also because you are going to introduce CloudSuite, but also like when do we really need a replatforming? That's a critical question in industry in general, especially in today's economic scenario. But we will get there. First, let's start with knowing you a bit more. So please tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okko Huisman, I'm 53 years old. I started the company in 2010 with Eric Klaassen, who's my co-founder. And Eric used to have another software company before CloudSuite, and I was one of his customers. And he was active in ERP software, PIM, and B2B commerce. And I was the COO of an international office furniture manufacturer. And I used all his software to help us in growing the business and make it more international. So that's where I learned how to adopt and use software, enterprise software. And in 2007, the company of Eric was, he got an American investor on board with all big ideas, and but due to the crisis, the financial crisis, he decided to leave the company. And then I looked around to see if there were any alternatives, which I couldn't find at that time. And finally, I decided with Eric to build a new company from scratch with all the knowledge and expertise and experience that we gained, and to put this in the CloudSuite product.
Right. And because you said you look around the other companies and could not find any solution, I guess, what was the specific problem were you trying to solve?
I was working for a manufacturing company, and what you see is ERP is the heart of the company. So there the article is born, all the stock in the inventory is there, all the processes, the core processes of the wholesale and manufacturing is in there, and you want to scale to your customers. You want to start selling online. And then you really have a tight integration.
Right.
And so my idea was that the ERP would become the commerce.
Okay, yeah.
But now we are 20 years down the road, and we see that's a total different game. And that ERP is not capable of solving e-commerce.
Right. So you are connecting to my next question, to be very honest, because my question is, you have a long journey in a B2B commerce. What you have seen the changes as in a B2B commerce in this since you started CloudSuite?
What you see is that e-commerce is becoming a commodity. So if you go 30 years back, then you saw first steps. I still remember you send a CD-ROM to your customers, so they can install your online catalog and run it, and then try to connect it and start to send in an order via a modem line or whatever.
Yeah.
And now you see that websites with e-commerce capability, every company has it.
Yeah.
And but we still see the adoption that companies are struggling how to make the right choice, and what is the right platform for my business and for my future. What do I need? What capabilities do I need in the coming years?
Yeah, you use the word commodity, which sort of bring my attention, because if something is commodity, and we say in this context commerce is a commodity, how do you differentiate then? Because more or less all the platforms in the market is going to say yes for any feature you ask.
A good question. And what we see is, and we say you have B2C first e-commerce companies, e-commerce platform suppliers or vendors, like Shopify, Adobe, who bought Magento. We have Salesforce that has, and we have B2B first vendors.
Yeah.
And there we see a different. So we see B2C first vendors trying to solve the B2B puzzle.
Yeah.
And we see B2B first companies that try to do B2C as well.
Yeah.
And in my belief, there is still a big differentiation between B2C and B2B. And it's not easy for a B2C company to also do B2B and vice versa.
And what is the fundamental difference between B2C and B2B?
I think for B2B, the link with ERP is so much more important. Of course, in B2C it's important as well, but in B2B, everything, all the data, you rely on what's living in the ERP.
Right.
And that makes that B2B is way more complex than B2C, because in B2C, all your visitors of your website, they, in fact, natively, they get the same customer experience. And with B2B, you have to log in, and then a complete other journey is evolving.
Right. And maybe you can talk a little bit about CloudSuite, because CloudSuite, if I understand correctly, is a B2B platform, right?
It's a B2B first platform.
Okay. Yeah. So
focusing
please tell us
on wholesalers and brands.
Okay.
And brand manufacturers. So that is where we are focusing. And that's where you said, how can you differentiate from others? I think the biggest differentiator is that we really understand the wholesale companies, brand manufacturers, and what is driving their success.
Right.
And what they expect from a good working e-commerce solution.
And what is driving their success?
That is being scalable, and you see we often have difficult geopolitical uitdagingen, challenges.
Yeah.
And we saw that with COVID, that retail was closed and the wholesale had to start and opening their own direct channels.
Right.
We see now geopolitical crisis. Oil is difficult to get, so the whole supply chain is becoming insecure. Or so you have to adopt quickly. So you have to open in new markets. You have to you have to change your assortment quickly and things like that.
Okay, interesting. What I also hear, many B2B leaders are talking about simplifying the B2B experience. This is called consumerization of B2B. But I think B2B carries a lot of complexity. What is your view on this? Is it possible to simplify the experience or
what do you mean by simplifying the experience?
So B2B users in their normal life, they are used to of shopping like a B2C
online,
consumers.
I agree.
And that is the experience they are expecting on a B2B platform as well.
Yeah, of course. That is, that's what we are doing every day. And that's how we improve our platform in our roadmap and just driving our roadmap. What we see is that, as I said, B2B commerce is becoming a commodity.
Yeah.
If customers log in, they want at least the thing they're looking for is 100% self-service. They don't want to bother your sales organization. Of course, they like to call you and have a chat, but not for simple tasks. They want to do the task themselves, or even they want to automate the task by having agents interfering with your organization.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that you offer the right tools for your customers so they can help themselves in the way they want to help themselves.
Right. So those traditional organizations, which is still having a sales-driven way of working and operating model, if they want to get into this implementing the B2B commerce, which is more self-service driven, and many of them are doing it, where do you think they most of the time underestimate the complexity, or it mostly goes smooth? What is your observation? Because I think CloudSuite has hundreds of the customer. Do you see any pattern on that? Like how easy is to change that operating model?
It is a big job to get your customers changing the way of working. So if they are used to calling you, or if they are used to getting a sales rep visiting you to write down your orders, they will keep doing that. But as the professional buyers become younger, or at least they are getting into new generations, they require different tools and interaction with you as a supplier. So if you talk about customer adaptation, it is the goal that you bring your customers into the self-service mode.
Right.
And what you often see is that your own sales organization of the wholesaler and brand is blocking that process, because they are there and hired to help the customer give them the service,
right,
instead of do it yourself.
Right. So I think this whole change management, cultural change, you say, is a bigger challenge rather than the technology itself.
It's a dual challenge. So of course there's a technical challenge, which is becoming way more simple than years ago, because it's becoming a commodity.
Yeah. Okay. Because you are repeatedly using the commodity word, and again I say it's getting my attention. Is like, if I literally go to the various B2B commerce platforms, so okay, I take out all the B2C platform because there is a differentiation, right? How can I choose or differentiate among different B2B commerce platforms? Guide us.
I always say, look at if you are in a trading company, you're the owner, you're responsible for e-commerce in the trading company. Look at successful competitors. How do they organize the way the customers can interact with that company? And and really ask your customers themselves, what do you expect from us as a supplier, and how do you want to trade with us? Right. And that is a basis for your requirements of choosing the right platform.
Yeah.
And if you ask your customers and check your competitors how they do it, bring that together. So you have a requirement sheet, and then you start asking vendors, B2B vendors, how can you solve this? First of all, can you solve this out of the box? Is there any customization required? And what is the cost? What partners do you use? And how does your roadmap look like? So what is your vision on the trading companies in the coming years?
Right.
Bring that together, look at a price, and then make a decision.
No, I totally agree, actually. To be very honest, my personal view, first of all, I agree commerce is becoming a commodity. So if I talk to as a wholesaler, if I talk to my customers and talk and see their journey, and then journey comes, hey, you have to get login, then you have a customer specific pricing, customer specific catalog, and goes on, and it has to check out. All these features, I go any platform, everybody is going to say yes. So I cannot make a differentiation there. Where indeed differentiation lies is where the roadmap is going, how fast that platform is adopting the new tech, new trends. That is where I think the differentiation is coming.
But the question then is, adopting new tech, what is the reason to do that?
Right.
So we had a lot of trends and buzzwords in recent years. And now we should ask ourselves, did it help the vendors and the agencies implementing, or did it really help the vendors, or really help the trading companies in giving a better customer journey?
Right. And can you make it more concrete? Any example, any buzzword which you heard, and then you say, hey, it was so much hype in the market, and now I don't see a real value of it?
Well, I see a value for headless, but not in all cases.
Right.
And if you look at a traditional trading company, I doubt whether headless is the right tech choice.
Yeah.
Because with headless, you bring in a lot of complexity and a lot of extra things to to think about.
Yeah.
Where I doubt it helps your customer of getting a better customer experience.
And for what sort of companies headless makes sense, as you said?
If you are a brand with an image and how to say it, exposure, or if you are a high fashion brand, yes, you want to set up a real different experience,
right?
And that does not always fit in the grid of a theme that a tech solution brings,
right?
And then you have to choose for headless capabilities, and then you can think out of the box and you can design it the way you want. But then I also think that experience and B2B features, I think that headless is more a hybrid solution where you bring in a default themes and solutions in an implementation, and you combine that with headless capabilities to set up the brand,
right?
And to bring the extra experience.
Okay, clear. Yeah. What do you think of Composable? Because I think Composable commerce is also another buzzword. Let's call it like that, because you touched the headless. Now I'm asking Composable.
And I'm fully convinced about composability, because each tech solution never has 100% fit for your company.
Right.
And you always need additional add-ons,
right,
in your setup.
Yeah.
And to implement that, composable APIs is really necessary.
Yeah.
That you can implement it without too much customization.
Right. Okay.
But composability, let's call it a no-nonsense composable approach.
Okay. Yeah. So not going with the buzzwords, not going with the hype, rather than real use case. If you really need it, then go for it.
Yes.
Yeah. And in your experience, do you have any, what are the early signs if somebody is in a more, let's call it monolithic suite solution going toward Composable? What are the signs you start seeing, and where does it start?
Well, if you hit the limits of your implementation and you feel the struggle and you cannot, your customer is asking for some, or your customers start to complain, or your internal organization starts to complain, or you see that there are too many mistakes in ordering, or that are signs that you need to do something. And then the question is, how can we solve that?
Yeah.
We see implementations where customization is a big blocker of updating your platform to the latest versions.
Right.
And then an update is already costing the same amount of money than doing a replatform of a solution like CloudSuite or another solution. And that is really something, a moment where you should start to ask yourself, are there alternatives of doing the traditional upgrade?
Right.
For me, and our experience is customization at the end is a blocker in adapting your platform to the latest versions.
Right. But B2B, as we talked about, is a complex. Not every platform serves what you need. So how do you solve that?
Well, then you go for the composable approach. And then if your search, which comes with the solution, is not good enough, you have to implement an external search.
Right.
Or you have to find another solution that brings the right search capabilities.
Yeah. No, agree actually. Yeah.
You should also be aware that stacking composable add-ons is bringing your cost up.
Yes.
And at a certain moment, there's not an easy way back.
Right. I think managing the total cost of ownership, not only in form of the licenses, but also multiple tool brings a more complex operating model.
So if I look at CloudSuite, we had 3 software solutions for managing our marketing and sales operation.
Right.
There was, I will not mention the names. We had a sales pipeline tool. We had a marketing mail lead software,
Yeah.
and there was a customer success for managing our customers.
Yeah.
We migrated that to one software platform.
Yeah. Yeah.
It reduces complexity.
Yeah.
It helps to bring all the departments together and work in the same tool.
Yeah.
We choose a tool which we were capable of adopting, not really customizing, but
Yeah.
just setting the right parameters and using it the way we want to work.
Yeah.
It gave a dramatic positive boost to those departments.
Essentially, what you are saying is that simplifying the things helps you as a business, right? And by consolidating your systems, simplifying your processes, that's what's...
And select a software tool that really has the same vision and strategy for your type of organization.
Right.
10, 20 years ago, there were not B2B specialists around for commerce. So you had to take an open source, rebuild it to manage your workflows, etc.
Yeah.
But nowadays, there are tools that really fully understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
And you do not need a lot of composable add-ons and customizations.
Right. So, okay, in our conversation, we are talking about commerce platforms are getting toward commodity. What about commerce consultancies and agencies? Are those also commodity? How, if somebody is implementing a new commerce platform, what is the role of these agencies? And how should customers choose a right agency?
The agency is very important. Agencies should learn that multi-million projects will not be around. So there will not be so many around as they used. So the amount of work is getting less, but the impact they can make is still there. So if you talk about custom adaptation, if you talk about the customer journey and interviewing your customers to really understand what they need, to understand your total architecture of ERP, warehouse management, CRM, commerce, and how content management, and how should it all work together, and where is your truth of data?
Yeah.
There you need an agency to guide you, because that is a difficult task.
Right.
And it helps you to make the right decisions when implementing a new solution.
And do you or can you guide customers what they look in agencies when they are choosing, let's say, new agency, or then they selected let's say platform, and now they are looking for an agency? Is there some guidelines from you?
Well, invite.
You can also say just choose Neortus. That's fine, but
well, we are happy to work closely together with Neortus. We have a great
customer success.
Customers, and of course, you have to invite 2, maybe 3 of them to get a feeling of the culture of and ask them a few difficult questions, and ask them how did they solve certain topics with other customers. Right. And then make a decision. Yes.
Yeah. No. Our platform vendors, independent software vendors like CloudSuite, are also learning that big replatforming is also the thing of the past. Companies invested heavily in the past on the platforms. In the current economic situation, everybody has a margin pressure. So replatforming is not the discussion that customer wants to have it. They are saying, this is my specific problem. If in the current platform, if you can solve it, that is great. Is that also your observation?
Well, it's not. Of course, we are asked for replatforming, and of course, we have customers asking us to improve, or they come to us and with certain topics that can be improved, and then we have to choose: do we put it on our roadmap and we improve the product, or do we create a composable API which allows our partners to adopt add-ons from other companies? In a way that you get a composable stack.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Hey, in any conversation you go nowadays with a customer, AI is coming. Even not with the customer. You go in industry, AI is such a buzzword, another buzzword in the industry. Does it carry real value? And have you seen any real use cases with within a CloudSuite or with your customers where AI is really adding a value?
It is my the way I look at the future is that the whole game of B2B buyers, they will start to implement agents,
Okay.
B2B buyer agents.
Yeah.
And the AI, the AI B2B agent is linked or connected to the ERP of the buyer.
Okay.
Is connected to all his suppliers.
Right.
And is able to, the AI agent is able to log in
Right.
as the buyer.
Yeah.
And then the agent will make buying decisions.
Right. Right. Right.
And start to do the whole buying journey.
And how far we are from this reality?
It is within reach, so that I think it's already happening.
So if I have a certain platform as of today, and I'm one of the supplier, I have a certain platform today to serve my customers. What I need to make sure or in place in my platform so that I'm ready for agentic commerce?
Well, you have agentic commerce is on-site AI journeys, so that if the B2B buyer enters your site, he will get an AI-led, or he will get agents to help him to choose the right product in your assortment.
Yeah.
To understand what product options are best, and to help him make the best buying decision. That's on site. But the way I look at it is that this agent will get outside the commerce platform, and the B2B buyer agent will log into your MCP layered commerce solution, and will serve the external agent with the answers to the questions he is raising.
Right, right. And how far can this agent go? Like, because in a B2B, buying is not one step like always buy. It's negotiation, to and fro, RFP process. Where do you see this process is going to go with the agents?
Good question. And so you will get agent to agent. So you will get a customer agent interfering with a supplier agent.
Right.
And this, of course, the supplier agent is trained in how far he can go with improving the price. And that's also glad ijs. That's also it is a new world we have to understand, and we have to learn. But technologically, it's possible.
Right. And is CloudSuite is thinking in that direction and
Absolutely.
investing into it?
Yeah. So we are implementing MCP layers, both for backend APIs, but also for MCP UI, so we can serve designed content. So it's not a flat text, but it is in the way you present it normally on your website. We will also able to give it to external agents.
Right.
So you preserve the way you want to show products in the way, but that an external agent is also understanding how you want to showcase your products. Plus, we are implementing AI agents within the platform itself.
Yeah.
So if the buyer enters the site of the supplier, it will be a very easy customer journey that helps the buyer to get the right products and to make the right decisions.
Yeah. Cool. So now there is a AI, there is a social economical pressure, margins are depleting. If I'm or someone is a CEO or CDO of a wholesaler or brand manufacturer with a limited budget, pressure on the margin, pressure on the top line. If something I can do in the next 12 months, what is the one advice that you want to give to those executives?
I think that is focus on your customer, and make sure that your decisions and the choices that you make in your technology really help to improve the journey of your customers. I think that's really where you make the difference, and where you spend your money well.
Right.
And,
Very well said.
And of course, it's not a very concrete answer.
Yeah.
But this is what you have to keep in mind always.
Yeah.
And don't get extradited by all the buzzwords and things like that.
And to our viewers who is listening you, if they would like to remember only one thing out of this podcast, what is that one thing you want to tell them?
No nonsense approach to B2B commerce. So it used to be a very complex and difficult thing to implement. And nowadays we are confident that there are solutions that fit wholesalers and brands out of the box without too many complexity and without too many customizations. And that those solutions really help you to deliver fast to your customers what they want.
Nice. Thank you, Okko, for such a nice conversation, for such an inspirational conversation. I'm sure my viewers are learning a lot from this conversation, but I also learned a lot. At least my one takeaway from this conversation is focus on your customer, improve their customer journey. If they feel better, I think brands will also win the race. So thank you. Thank you for being in the part of this NeoTalk.
Thank you for asking me.
Thank you.